Hello! Today I'm going to try and resolve an issue which we have with our front sunroof of our Bailey motorhome. So the issue which we've got, which doesn't appear to be too uncommon, is that when driving into a headwind at sort of like 50 to 60 plus miles an hour, is you get that whistling noise, and that can be a little bit loud at times, to say the least. It has been spoken about on forums quite a fair bit. People have taken their vans back to dealers and had the original seal replaced. So what I've noticed on our particular sunroof is a couple of things. First is, when you're securing the sunroof down, it doesn't appear to be squashing the seal. It just touches it, which of course is fine for low speed work, rural work, but when you're out on a dual carriageway, there's an opportunity for the forces of the wind to come in and make that noise. That's the first. And the second is, in this top near side corner at the back, I've noticed that the roof has got a mark on it from where the sunroof is clamped into position, has touched the roof of the motorhome. So that tells me that the seal isn't working. So what are we going to do about it? I'm hoping what I've got in this box is going to be the answer to the issues which we have on this particular sunroof. Let's open up and see what we got. Well, there it is. No great surprise. A new seal. However, it's slightly different from the one which has been put on from manufacturer. So the seal which I've got, replacement seal which I've got, I ordered 4 meters of the seal. It is clearly got the same profile to fit in where the original seal is. However, it is a slightly higher profile here by a couple of 3mm. So that way fits up and the sunroof sits onto it. We're just going to see if that will fit in to where the original seal is and alleviate all the issues which we've got. So I'm just making note that that's where the seal, the break in the seal starts and ends. It's towards the back of the van. So we're just going to start by peeling that out and taking it all the way out and putting the new one in. But just prior to putting the new one in, I just want to make sure I've got the correct profile, so that I'm not going to take this one out completely and find I've got the wrong profile. I'm pretty sure I have, but let's just check that to make sure first. Right, so that's the original pulled out. This is the new one I've got. I'll put the two together. I think it can be seen that the profile at the bottom where it slots into the framework of the sunroof, the profile is exactly the same. And it can also be seen that the actual seal at the top is just about 3mm higher. The inner edge of this one does look to be quite badly sort of like leaning to one side, so that might make a difference. There we go, that's the old one out. What I'm not going to do is measure the new one up against the length of this one and cut it. I'm going to wait until I put the new one in, wrapped it all the way around, and then when we get to the end then cut it. So I've got, make sure I've got the exact length, because this could have been stretched a little bit or shrunk a bit, who knows. The channels look very dirty, so I'm going to give it a good clean up, get a brush in there, clean everything up. So I've just added a little bit of mastic glue behind this because this had come away. This is the outer seal to stop any rain water coming in and getting into this channel here. So I've just stuck that back on because that was coming away, and same with the other corner as well. So that's nice and secure now before I put the seal back in, which I wanted to do. Right, so let's have a go at putting this new seal in. So we start in the same location, right in the back. It's a sort of like a rolling the seal into the groove, and sort of like pushing it in like that all the way around. It's going to take a little bit of time, but hopefully it'll finish off quite nicely. So the corner part, I'm just going to make sure that I've given it loads of material in there, not skimp on it, so really push it deep into the corner. So the final little bit here is just putting the seal back in here. I've cut it so it's just a couple of 3mm longer than it needs to be, so I can push this backwards and then into it. The last thing you want to do is have it too short. So I've just pulled it back a couple of mil, and we'll fix that in there, and then hopefully that'll be jobbed. So that's the seal in. As you run your finger around, you can feel sort of like highs and lows. So where the seal hasn't quite seated properly, it's quite difficult to push it in. I certainly need 2 thumbs, and especially where you're going behind these clips which clamp the actual sunroof down, you can't get your thumbs right in there. So just to use some sort of blunted, I'm using the instrument, I'm using the end of the paintbrush, which I cleaned all the gullies out with, just to go around and make sure it's fully in there, and then that hopefully will be the job done. See, running that through there, that feels a lot better now. Right, so everything is done. It's all clamped down. It's a lot tighter to clamp down, obviously, than it was previously. It appears to have made a good seal all the way around, and be interesting to see how close the actual sunroof is to the roof of the van now. So I'll just pop outside and have a look at that. So here's the corner of the sunroof, and we've got a couple of mil there now, so that's much better, no longer marking the roof as it was before. So that's the sunroof seal done for our van. We had enough material, enough seal to go all the way around for our particular van, Autograph Series 3, so 4 meters did our van fine. Obviously if you were to have a go, then you would need to measure your own sunroof for that, and the only thing left to do is to take the vehicle out for a run on a dual carriageway at those higher speeds, hopefully with a bit of a headwind, to see if it solves the issue. I'm sort of guessing it potentially has, but time will tell on that. Only thing left now to do is give the van a good hoover up because of all the mess coming in, and then like I say, get out on the road and see what we've got. So the question is, have we fixed it with the new seal? 100% yes. We went out for the day, did about 100 miles, all variety types of roads, and it was quite breezy to say the least. And so open rural roads and quite long stretches of dual carriageway. We've had head-on, side-on winds on that, blowing us about. Absolutely no noise at all from the sunroof. So I'm going to put that down as a success for the moment. I was a little concerned as to whether these catches here could potentially be under a little bit of strain, but just releasing that, there's just nothing there at all. So I'm more than happy that is fine. It just literally raises up just a fraction, which it's meant to do. So yeah, we're happy with that. A success story. So that will do for the whistling sunroof, which is no longer. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time.